Somebody freaking make a Shark Tales 2 or 3 and put me in it because...
Be strong.
Hey friends, and welcome back to another episode of Movie and Makeup with me, Truly Trey. Today I'm so excited because we're going to revisit Shark Tale. It took me forever to find this movie because the way I remembered it, it was called Fish Tale. And I searched the internet for like 30 minutes and I could not find the movie. I didn't know where it went and I literally thought it was like a Mandela effect. Let me put this on. I'll be right back. Boom! The wig cap is on, y'all. Shark Tales, let's get into it. Shark Tales is a cute little 2004 film, animated film by DreamWorks. It came out when I was 7 years old. You meet these two sharks. One of them is really not aggressive.
Picking you some flowers.
And the other one is just very aggressive, like overly aggressive.
Hey, Mom said it's not okay to hit.
We get down to the city of the fish. I don't actually know what the town is called, but where all the fish live, because fish, sharks, they don't get along. Don't worry. Right off the bat, the soundtrack for this movie is amazing. It's so like euphoric. I absolutely love it. This movie is very much like LA, Hollywood. They went into the Hollywood Walk of Fame and there was a seal star and then a seal came out and it was like seal. You get it? So now we're on to meeting Oscar. Woo, Will Smith plays Oscar, and I know Oscar is an animated fish, but just saying.
Hi, I'm Oscar. You might think you know, but you have no idea.
Oscar is not rich whatsoever, and isn't even close to being rich, because he just comes off as the type of guy who doesn't save his money, always dreams big, kind of a bugaboo, kind of trash. No one you really want to get to know.
Yeah, like money.
He really doesn't have much. He doesn't really have a family. Then we're on our way to one of my most favorite parts of this movie, the introduction to the car wash. The iconic car wash where Oscar works.
Looking good, lady.
We also get introduced to someone lovely who's very important to the story. This soundtrack of this movie is literally insane. Like, the choreography, the animation. It is such a fun family movie. Peak generational, early 2000s animated film.
I'm already punched in. Angie.
And this is where we get introduced to Angie.
Good morning.
We get the feel for like a love interest, a girl in his life. She has her stuff together. She's successful.
Oh my gosh.
Angie and Oscar. Unfortunately, he called her his best friend. And if you don't know the hurt of that, I would have thrown myself out the window. She's like in love with him and he's just completely blind. He's exactly like a man. They're stupid. They don't see things right in front of their eyes. So, since I didn't even tell you who I'm painting myself as. I'm painting myself as Lola. Funny story, short story. At Sprouts, they used to call me Lola because one time I straightened my hair and they said I looked like the fish from Shark Tales. So, represent. She's kind of like a beige though. She's not red. I think I just love how the color red looks on me. That's Let's meet the enemy and the boss. The boss is a pufferfish.
Show me that.
When Oscar does meet the boss goes through this long food chain of where Oscar is, and Oscar's way at the bottom.
There's rocks, there's whale poo, and then there's you.
That's messed up.
Oscar owes the boss $5,000.
5 G's, okay?
And Oscar is poor because he doesn't save his money. And along with the boss is he has two henchmen. They are jellyfish. They have very thick Jamaican accents. They just add that comedy relief and like the horror of it all. Like it's supposed to be scary, but they're just such a fine piece of specimen. Dreads are their tentacles. It's just a really, I think, creative design. When we do get introduced to the jellyfish, they pick on Oscar and they end up zapping him in the eye and they leave him with a big black eye. It's so sad. Ow. We find that the boss actually works for the sharks, dude.
And you
And I love that about you.
let me finish.
What are you doing? You're a fish. You cannot work for the sharks. We're all about love here. They're supposed to, but that's some sketchy stuff. Now we get sent to a rooftop or like a balcony, as you will.
5,000 clams?
It is Angie's place, and Oscar goes there and he's like, I want to be a somebody. Like, I want to be rich. I want to be famous. And then something that I thought was super just like, oh, was when Oscar says,
Nobody loves a nobody.
I
want to
wanna
be a somebody.
Because we do get a flashback of when he thinks of his dad, and his dad used to be
The #1 tongue scrubber.
Everybody made fun of him in school when he went to show and tell because he was so proud of his dad, and they made fun of him because they said his dad was a tongue scrubber. Oh.
Oscar's dad, the tongue scrubber!
I always laugh at videos when kids get hurt because they are so mean. They're just little bullies. I've made a little bit of progress on my face. I'm using a mixture of the red, of the yellow, and the white. Right now, I just realized that halfway through, I was going with a really dark red and I needed to lighten it up. And her skin color is like freaking kind of like a yellowish, like palish color. But I wanted to add more life into her, like more shadows and contrast, even though her character design is perfect. I just want to lighten this spot here. Ooh, this is pretty. Look at me. I'm such a pretty little fish. Oh my god. You know what I sound like? Oh my god. What? You know what I sound like? What was I gonna say right now? When I edit, I'll realize what I said. When I said, oh my god, why did I sound like Pinocchio from the new... Pretty little fish.
I leave to be on my own.
Back to the clips. So Oscar tells Angie that he needs $5,000 and he doesn't have that type of money. So Angie, being in love with Oscar and she's just really nice. She's super duper duper nice and super gullible, I think, because she's in love. She sees Oscar through rose-colored glasses. We've all been there. She ends up giving Oscar
A pink pearl?
which should be upwards up to $5,000, the amount that Oscar needs. So now we're meeting Lenny and Lenny's dad. My favorite scene is the little shrimp, and he tries to make Lenny eat shrimp because Lenny is a vegetarian shark. And his dad is like, eat this damn shrimp. And Lenny's like, do you know how many calories are in a shrimp, Dad? The shrimp gets its background story, and like he has a son, and his son's like a crippled little shrimp, and he's working 2 jobs, and he's just stressed out, and he doesn't want to die because he doesn't want to abandon his son.
And then the baby lost its legs.
And so the dad is like, eat the shrimp, Lenny. Eat the shrimp. And the poor little shrimp is like begging for its life.
Eat it.
No, have mercy.
Lenny blows up and he grabs all the shrimp and he lets him go. Lenny's a good guy.
Go on, go, go.
Now the shrimp has a vendetta against the dad, and he's like... Now Oscar is going to go give his boss the money that he owes him, the $5,000. And where does he have to meet him? At a seahorse race. And what is there at seahorse racing? Freaking gambling.
Top of the reef, here I come.
I look like a flaming hot Cheeto. Just, what do you see? Lola. That's where we meet Lola. And it introduces her as a gold digger. She just cares about money. She just wants money. And Oscar bid on Lucky Day, because rumor has it Lucky Day's gonna win. So what does he do? Bid $5,000 on Lucky Day. It's a close call because the horses are and Lucky Day's winning. He's winning. He's gonna win. He trips in slow motion and doesn't win the race, and Oscar loses the $5,000. This is also the iconic scene in Shark Tale when they're like, hi, my name's Oscar. I'm a winner.
I'm a winner.
Oscar doesn't give the boss the money that he's supposed to owe him. So what does the boss do? He's out. So they literally anchor him down and leave him out there in the wild to get eaten by sharks.
Fire.
And lo and behold, here comes Lenny and his brother, because Lenny's brother is supposed to teach him how to freaking kill. Because Lenny's a vegetarian, he's scared. So while they're out, they go see Oscar, and the brother tells Lenny, he's like, look, you need to go kill that fish. Like, go eat him. So what does Lenny do? Lenny swims to him, pretends to eat him, and then is like, you need to go run away because my brother's gonna make me kill you. And Oscar doesn't run away. Lenny's brother goes to get Oscar, and then out of nowhere, a freaking anchor drops from the freaking, I was gonna say sky, I guess sky, from the water, and kills him. And they all think that Oscar, because he was running away from him, killed the shark. And the jellyfish come back. They're super scared, and Oscar then becomes Shark Slayer. So unfortunately, my lashes aren't staying on, so I'm gonna have to draw some like fake ones or something. I'm gonna have to work something out. The jellyfish and everybody thinks that Oscar is a freaking Shark Slayer. They think he killed the shark.
So he's swimming at me, right?
And he's lying and telling everybody he did. What? I have to wait till I'm done. Oh my gosh, this winged eyeliner is like kind of good, no? Look at this wing. Can you see it? Can you see it? I did a freaking good job. Also, one of my favorite scenes of this movie too, I feel like every scene I find funny, I say my favorite scene. When they throw a funeral for Frankie, which is Lenny's brother because he died. And they throw his body over the ship. And it floats to the top. Older now, you get to go back and watch these movies and appreciate it so much more. A lot of the movie takes place in the sunken ship, and there are so many Titanic references in this movie. So Lenny is now missing because he ran off. He doesn't want to go back home because he's scared to face his dad, and his brother died. So since Lenny is missing now, the sharks are all like, what's going on? And then somebody tells the shark, an old shark, told the dad shark, like, I know where you can find the Shark Slayer. And now this is where things get spicy. Okay, I just did this to make it look like I have lashes, and these don't look like lashes. No, they did not. So somebody comes running into the party and there's like, sharks are coming, the sharks are coming.
The great white!
And everybody's going crazy, and Oscar almost slips up and he's like, go hug your families. And they're like, you're the Shark Slayer. What are you talking about? So Oscar goes to slay the shark. And turns out, who is it? It's Lenny. They come across this tunnel and the kids are tagging there and they're like, ooh, Shark Slayer, Shark Slayer. Like, Oscar's a Shark Slayer, and Lenny is like,
Shark Slayer?
he knows that an anchor fell on his brother and killed his brother. He's using his brother's death for success. Lenny threatens to tell everybody that Oscar's a liar because Oscar won't let Lenny live with them. Lenny needs a hideout. He needs a spot to just sleep and to live because he doesn't want to go back home.
You wouldn't. I would.
So Lenny blackmails Oscar, and Oscar says he can live with them. We're gonna go ahead and take an intermission. This is exactly 45 minutes into the movie, and we're gonna come right back. Deuces, smooches.
Hello!
As of right now, I feel like for my face, I am mostly done. Maybe I'll touch it up some. I know I need to still do a lip, but we're gonna go ahead and paint the fins that go on the side of my face. This is the first one. Super simple, super easy. I'm not making it too difficult. For some reason, in one of my notes as a bullet point, I have Lola is freaky. I have no idea why I wrote that. If I know why, I'll put it in here now. So Angie ends up finding Lenny in the garage at the car wash because that's where Oscar hid him. So Angie's pissed. We all know Angie. Angie plays by the rules. She doesn't like it. She's mad. So she's like, you guys need to figure this out. You guys need to come clean.
Here's the plan. You tell the truth, and you go home.
And do the boys come clean? Lenny and Oscar come up with a fake fight plan. So Lenny can, if Lenny dies, he gets to disappear. He gets to start a new life. Oscar wins the fight, and he's a Shark Slayer again. It's perfect. And let me tell you, this freaking choreographed fight is, like, amazing. We're gonna go ahead and press that down and just hold it. Oscar is throwing Lenny. Lenny is really selling it. Lenny is really into his character. He's devoted so much time. He's probably a method actor, if you will. Sparks, and it's his grand thing. And then Lenny then dies to his death. But Lenny is dramatic. it's so his personality. It's exactly who he is. Wow, these exactly don't look as good as I thought they would. They're so droopy. Why are they so freaking droopy? There we go. I look like a crab. We're gonna do a bold red lip. Maybe I should outline it with black. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do so you can see it better. So Angie's really upset and she loves Oscar, and then she's just sick of him just living this lie. And she confronts him and she's like, what are you doing?
You're a joke.
This isn't who you are. Like, you're such a joke. Like, this is so embarrassing. Like, why don't you just come clean? She says,
To me, you were a somebody, Oscar.
because he always felt like he was a nobody. Poor Angie. She rarely loved this man at his lowest, and he didn't even realize that. So now Oscar is swimming around the city, and he sees things from his old life.
You keep going. How many times I have to tell you?
And he starts to really contemplate his life, and he's like, is this what I want? Like, what am I doing? Like, I'm losing everybody I love. He does the big thing, and he breaks up with Lola. He's just like, I can't do it. And meanwhile, she's later with a whole nother man at the party, so I don't know why she's copping an attitude. Lola puts hands on Oscar, and if I were Oscar, I would have pressed charges. How you gonna beat me up at my party? That's so rude. Oscar comes back and he realizes, you know what, I am in love with Angie, and he wants to confess his love to Angie. Come to find out, when he goes to tell Angie, like, oh, I love you, blah, 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 the octopus and the sharks call him, and they're like, look inside the bag. What is it? And it's in a freaking Krispy Kreme bag.
Top drawer, there's a package.
Not even a brown bag. And it's Angie's pearls. They have Angie. The sharks kidnap Angie. So now it's game on. Slarkshire. Whoa, that was totally dyslexic. Oscar and Lenny's plan. So Lenny is disguised as a dolphin. He is painted blue, and they show up to the shark meeting. And Oscar, he's the man. He's not afraid of no sharks. He kills sharks. And he meets Great White, and everybody is afraid of Great White. But Oscar, he's not, he's putting up a front. He's trying to do the damn thing because they have his woman. And then the tray comes out, they open it up, and it's Angie. Angie's there, and she's sad because they're gonna freaking kill her. They're gonna kill her. So as their plan, he's like, Lenny, you need to go swoop up Angie and eat her and kill her. And Lola is the one that told them everything, that told the sharks that he knew Angie, and Angie was like his girl.
Well, I say he's bluffing.
Because she was jealous. Oscar's like trying to put on a show, and they should have left, but Oscar has a big ass head. Lenny ends up gagging and spits Angie out, and that's how they know that it's Lenny. And the dad is livid. He's pissed. So the Great White is pissed because Oscar killed his son. So what does he try to do? He tries to kill Oscar. So now they're chasing each other around, and the most funniest scene in the world is when the Great White gets stuck in a porthole. And the shrimp comes back for revenge.
Look who's stuck in the porthole.
Oscar ends up at the car wash, and he's dodging and everything, tries to lock the dad inside the car wash, and ends up locking Lenny inside the car wash instead of the dad. And then the dad is just about to kill Oscar. Then Oscar finally locks him up in the car wash. So now he has the Great White and his son Lenny, and they're both stuck. And everybody's going crazy because they're like, kill the sharks, because he trapped 2 sharks. But that's not even the point. He doesn't even want this life anymore. And now he's way too deep into it, and he feels like he can't get out.
But he wants to be the top of the food chain.
So if I had money, I would have bought a wig. But instead of a wig, I'm going to use this jacket that's kind of cute. It kind of reminds me of her skin anyways. And I'm just going to put this on like hair and like a wig. That is what I'm going to do. And if anybody has an issue with that, you could Venmo me money because I'm poor, so leave me alone. This is my rendition of Lola. I look nothing like her. Anyways, at the end of the movie, Oscar comes clean, and he's like, I'm not a shark slayer. I didn't do that. That's not who I am.
I lied.
And he tells Lenny's dad, like, you need to accept Lenny for who he is. Oscar's freaking hermit crab, whatever he is, friend, is like, I'm really not a financial advisor. And nobody says anything. And they're like, okay.
And I'm not a real financial advisor.
Lenny's dad accepts him for who he is. Angie and Oscar end up kissing. And Oscar then becomes the manager of the car wash. All is well, the sharks and fish are happy, and everybody lives in harmony and peace. Not to mention, at the end of this movie, Christina Aguilera and Missy Elliott come out as a fish and a jellyfish, and it is such a vibe. Christina Aguilera and Missy Elliott, like, it looks exactly like them too. It's like the most incredible thing in the world.
Have a look. I'm delicious.
I really hope you guys liked this movie and makeup. Fishtails, Lola look. I know it looks cheap. It doesn't really look like Lola. This is my Lola though. If I was Lola in the movie, this is how I would look. I was just thinking of like coloring my hair, but I didn't want to do all that. And it's literally like midnight. Oh, it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I love you guys. Remember, choose to be you because you are amazing. Bye. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Subscribe.